Now, I sometimes talk about myths that other people have about Germany. Well, here's a myth that Germans have about themselves, or rather about one of their laws: Mundraub. Mundraub is a compound word and it means literally mouth theft. If you're poor and starving, it is perfectly legal in Germany to steal something to eat. Well, no, it isn't, although I must point out that I'm not a lawyer. Even so, it's not legal. Now, the word Mundraub itself never actually appears in German law anywhere, but there did used to be the concept of Verbrauchsmittelentwendung, the misappropriation of consumables, and that's what most people mean when they say Mundraub, and it was never completely legal. In 1847, it was decided that if a thief ran off with a couple of apples from an orchard, unless he actually ate them, there was really no point in punishing him. And even if he did eat them, if he could convince a court that he was desperately poor and very hungry, he could expect some leniency. That didn't last though. Only 25 years later, Mundraub was made an actual infraction, punishable by a fine of up to 500 marks or up to 6 weeks in prison. But still, being poor was a mitigating factor. Finally, in 1975, the concept was completely removed from the law. Many people think that this means it was decriminalized, but it doesn't. In fact, quite the reverse. Because now the law doesn't care what you stole or why you stole it. Theft is theft. Shoplifting, for example, is a misdemeanor and can carry a maximum sentence of 5 years. Of course, you can try to claim that you were driven to it by great personal need, but a magistrate is very unlikely to be sympathetic. You see, the thinking is that these days Germany has a fairly well-functioning welfare system, and even for those who do manage to fall through the cracks, there are food banks and soup kitchens and all sorts of charitable organisations waiting to help. These days, nobody should actually be starving in Germany. So there you are. Don't believe anybody who tells you that in Germany it's okay to steal a loaf of bread if you're hungry. And definitely do not try it yourself. By the way, if you ever do find yourself penniless in Germany, one place you can try is the Bahnhofsmission. They have 100 offices in train stations all over Germany, and they can offer you some help and advice, and in some cases even some basic medical treatment for free.